What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a life update, and it just happens to be around joining the Air Force. So I previously recorded this video and another one like a month ago, and I went to edit them. Ended up being entirely too long, so I decided to re-record this. I wrote down my notes, that way I can kind of go through it a little more concisely. And the other video I think I'm gonna break down into two separate videos, that way I can go over day 1 and day 2. Right now I am currently in the delayed entry program for the Air Force, so that's freaking awesome. And today I'm going to tell you guys why I decided to join the Air Force and kind of give you my enlistment process and the dates and how everything went through. First thing is why the Air Force, why the armed services just in general. I decided to join. It's always been something in the back of my head. It's always something that I've thought of, but I always kind of brushed it off. It's like, no. I would even tell myself sometimes that I'm a girl, I can't do this. Why would I do this? And when I turned 20, after my 20th birthday, I was in a point where I felt like I was going down, and it kept on going down and down. I wasn't going up, stuck where I was. It was kind of crappy. I was in one of those moods, and I told myself that I'm going to do something for myself, and I'm going to make my life better, and I want to be successful in life. So I was like, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. I need to stop downing myself. And I made the decision that day that I'm gonna do something good with my life. And so I started researching armed services, what kind of branch do I want to join, the Army, the Marines, the Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force. I originally wanted to do something medical around x-rays and sonograms for like babies, medical stuff. And everything for schooling for that popped up was the Air Force. It seemed like the Air Force was the best thing for schooling. So if you want to go back to school while in service or after, the Air Force seemed like the best option for me. Now after doing research, there's a whole lot of other jobs that I would probably rather do because the schooling isn't as long and schooling isn't my favorite thing. But I'm happy with whatever I get. So moving on. Dates wise, when my whole process kind of started. So again, if I'm looking down, it's me looking at my notes for the dates, because I recorded this a month ago, so I had to rewatch the videos. I wrote everything down, so hopefully this will be a little more concise. Okay, so Saturday, June 23rd, I mustered up the courage and I texted my recruiter, because my boyfriend told me, if you're gonna do it, go do it, because I wouldn't stop talking about it. I was so excited. Happy about the decision because I felt so proud of myself, and I still am, because it's a big decision. I didn't get a reply because it was the weekend. Recruiters don't work on the weekends, so when Monday came, I was like, geez, I feel like I've been waiting forever. I felt like I had been waiting for weeks for a reply. I would look at my phone, nothing yet. It sucked. So I called on June 25th. I was so scared. I was terrified. I hate talking to people that I don't know on the phone. So when I called, he asked me some pre-qualifying questions. Asked me why I wanted to join the Air Force, how I came to the decision, and he said we were good to go, and that, and then he had a scheduled appointment to meet with me in person on Thursday, June 28th. He asked me a lot more questions. I ended up asking him. I had a whole list on a paper, ones that I couldn't find, some that I wanted more in depth on. And we went over those, and he gave me the answers. And then I filled out some paperwork. I signed a couple medical things, that way it could be sent up to MEPS. And I took the practice ASVAB. And I did decent, but he wanted me to get a higher score. That way I did better on the real test. And then we rescheduled for 2 weeks later. That way I could take the real test, or retake the practice test. That way I could take the real test. I'm getting mixed up. Okay, so then I went back in Thursday, July 12th. I had gotten the ASVAB for dummies, the 2018-2019, I believe, or 2017. 2018. One of those. I bought one, and that's what I was studying. It helped out a lot, and it gives you some good test taking advice. So I would recommend it. Everybody studies different, everybody processes everything different, so it might not work for you, but it worked for me, and I thought it was a great thing. There's also some really great things online that you can study with. So we went back in then, and my appointment actually got canceled because he couldn't do it. He wanted to do it later in the day, and we live 45 minutes from there, so I had to reschedule for Monday, July 16th. My test went good, and I got rescheduled to take the test, or not rescheduled. I got scheduled to take the real test July 24th. All of us got there, all the people that were going to take the test. Marines, a bunch of Army was there, Air Force, a couple people trying to join the Navy were there. And so we were all there to take the confirmation test, or the whole ASVAB, and I got into the test room, and my thing was loading and loading, and the servers ended up crashing, so I had to go back in the next following Tuesday. I believe it was July 31st. I ended up calling my recruiter after the test. I opened up my envelope, and I told him my scores, and he said I was good to go for the job that I wanted. And he said that he would give me a call within the next week or two, and it was the worst thing ever because I'm so impatient, and I was so excited, and I really wanted to go to MEPS. And July 8th, he ended up texting me, and he said that my stuff got kicked. So, or I ended up texting him, and he said that my stuff got kicked from MEPS because I forgot to sign something on medical paperwork. He missed it, and I missed it. So I had to go back into the recruiter's office, sign the one little measly thing. And then I got a text to go to MEPS the following Thursday and Friday. So the next 2 days, that Thursday and Friday. At the time, I was freaking out. My stomach got upset, but I was so freaking excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could be swearing into MEPS swearing in at MEPS the next couple days. So yeah, I was freaking out. I was getting ready. I packed my bag. That way I could go for the next 2 days. And I went to MEPS. And that'll be a whole nother video. I plan on making it 2 separate videos. That way I can do a day 1 and a day 2. A lot more kind of happens day 2, but I wanted to kind of explain like getting there, what happens, what you can do. I know it might be different in other areas, but this is in my area, so yeah. But yeah, that is kind of my experience joining the Air Force, kind of the why, and my little update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did and you want to see my journey and what happens next, please hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you all again next time. Bye!